So today you guys are coming to a different part of my flat, and I guess I just wanted to be comfortable because I'm talking about something that's ever so slightly personal. Today I want to talk about what dating is like when you're in your 30s. Cheers guys. Hey guys, so it's me, Chazzy Wood. I thought I'd sit down today by my couch and just do a bit of a sit down video because I have literally been doing the most with all the hauls. So new year, new you, and new you is still single. Who is in the same position as me? I remember when I just turned 30 and I went on a date with someone who was 32. He was a bit of a pig, I'm gonna say that much. He turned around and I think I lied about my age and I said, oh, I'm 28, blah, 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 blah. And he was like,
oh my god, 30-year-old women are the worst.
I was like,
okay, why is that?
And he said that apparently
The biological clocks are so loud, you could hear them ticking a mile away.
And I guess I was just a bit put off. But when that guy said that comment, it obviously lasted a lot more than it should have. And now that I'm actually like in my 30s, I'm where I want to be in life, I'm super happy for the life that I've created for myself. So I guess I just want to go through like a little light-hearted video as to what it's like dating in your 30s. And the first thing I want to say is dating in your 30s is so much fun. Oh my goodness, like I could not recommend it for the world. Like you're at the point in your life where you're confident, you're accomplished, you look good. And when you go out, like, you know, you can buy great wine, you can buy great food. Like one of my best friends who I've known from uni, when he was single, he had a dating budget per month of £2,000. Like, can you imagine? But I was so happy that he had this dating budget because the girls that he was going for were girls that weren't necessarily high flyers. So he was really fair and he'd always pay, and the girls obviously always appreciated it. And that meant that he was obviously getting very lucky because he was a gentleman. But the first great thing about dating in your 30s is you kind of like are financially secure. So when you go out on a date, if somebody acts funny, like you're like, you can act funny, like I'm smiling, I'm writing my check out, I'm paying for myself, I'm getting myself like an Uber home, and that's just such an amazing position to be in. I remember when I first moved to London, like in my late 20s, and I was going out on dates and the money just wasn't quite there yet. And I remember going on this one date and we went to Sketch in London. It's this amazing bar. And I went to Sketch knowing that I didn't have any money in my bank account to pay for those drinks. But the guy that I met did become a boyfriend and he paid for everything and he was just such a gentleman. But I remember going on the phone to my sister and saying, oh my god, if this guy doesn't pay, I am absolutely buggered. And he paid and we had an absolutely amazing evening. The second great thing about dating in your 30s is, I'm not gonna lie, men are so much more eligible. Like you meet these amazing guys who are like super driven. Obviously I'm talking about London because London's obviously like a financial and tech kind of like hub. Yeah, we've got like such an amazing mix. And it just makes dating so incredibly exciting. So you've got like software engineers, you've got like kids who are just financial wizards, like guys that do like quantum physics and quantum trading, just the stuff that they do. Like everyone I go out on a date with is always doing something interesting. Yeah, like for me, I love guys that are driven, guys who are ambitious, guys who have like a plan and they're basically working towards it. So I quite like driven guys, and in London we've got them in abundance. It also does mean that you've got a lot of men that are just full of themselves, which leads me on to my third point. So I guess guys in like their 30s, they're super hot, and if I find them attractive, that means that a lot more women out there also find them as equally attractive, if not more so. So I do find like some guys have such an abundance of choice, just like we all do, and sometimes that choice is very hard to resist. So even when they do meet girls that they like, they'll kind of like mess things up because it's almost like they don't realize that you can have too much of a good thing. And one of the things that's like really astounded me whilst I've kind of like gotten older is just the number of guys who will actually mess things up and I'll happily move on with my life. And later down the line, they'll actually come back and they'll apologize, because I guess when you do meet someone who is super creative, super fun, super self-assured, super balanced, like I'm a bit nuts, but in a balanced kind of way, I think that's at that point that they realize that, oh, actually, possibly she wasn't just like any other girl. So that's one thing I have found. The guys obviously being in the peak position, they're just getting lots of attention from absolutely every single direction, and they're taking it, and rightly so. Like I can say that I literally like date like a man, like I enjoy dating. I've got certain rules, so just because I'm dating you doesn't mean I'm jumping into bed with you. Another thing which I haven't mentioned yet is when you're dating in your 30s, it means guys who are in their 40s and 50s and guys in their 50s lying about being in their 30s are now basically trying to approach me, and they've got all these kids in their pictures, and I'm not gonna lie, men in their 40s, it's a bit of a mixed bag, babes. Like when you're in your 50s, you're totally like not attractive to me. Like my boss turned 55 this year, and I love gossiping with him, because middle class white man gossip is the best. It is like so vicious. Like when I look at all these guys, all I can think of is the divorce bill. Like the guys are skinned. Older men have become accustomed to a certain level of lifestyle, and that generation that kind of like was affected by the credit crunch, and everyone thereafter I guess kind of has been, and now we're in the midst of COVID, people in their 40s and 50s, they've kind of like had the best of the economy. When the economy was on the up, they got their houses, they made an absolute mint of the housing market, they made a mint in bonuses, because obviously we're all in London, and London's where money is because of the financial district. They've made money from tech, they've made money from absolutely everything. Some men have boats, but when you're going through a divorce, or you are divorced and you're now on a dating website, you can tell how much fight you've been through. And when you're going to pay like child support, you've had a woman who was a housewife and you're now going to support her, and you're very bitter, like that's not a cute look. So as a general rule of thumb, I could date guys in their 40s, but I do find that a lot of guys in their 40s, or some guys in their 40s, they're just a bit jaded. Fifth point about dating in my 30s is you start to realize what a genuine catch you are. And because I've worked in finance since like, well, I guess all my life, I have friends, people have become friends. And one of the things I kind of like didn't realize at the time is, but some guys who are like my age and married, like they've all turned around, and some of the guys who are even older, they've all kind of like turned around at me and my friends who were kind of like super career minded in our 20s and just literally went for it. They've kind of gone, wow, you guys have this amazing disposable income, you've created this amazing lifestyle for yourselves, and they look at us and they're like, you actually have it sorted. And I think that at that point, when guys are slightly older and they kind of like reflect back on their life and back on their own marital kind of, I guess, their marital status, etc., they are married, they do have the kids. So I guess when you're a guy and you're now suddenly like the main breadwinner, which is what society dictates you should be, you look down at us and we're all hanging around having good fun, and I'm booking like a solo holiday to this amazing destination. I'm coming back and showing my friends pictures, just showing them everything I got up to. Like my life is genuinely like an adventure. Like I make a point of just being grateful and thankful and enjoying every single moment that I'm here in this world. And I guess when people look at it and they're like, wow, I've got 2 kids that I need to support, I've got a wife that I need to support, they're paying 3/4 into the mortgage. And I think that having that financial responsibility on your own does get a bit heavy, because you are the main breadwinner. And when I've seen my friends get married, like a lot of my female friends are the breadwinners in their households. Kudos to you girls, like I'm so proud of all my friends. And to be honest with you, the guys that have gotten with them, I absolutely love to bit. They don't have any nasty male masculinity egos, and they definitely more than contribute and carry their own weight in the relationships, like do not get me wrong. But I guess as I've gotten older, and I guess as we've gotten older, we're now seen as an asset class of our own. But I guess the reason why I wanted to sit down is Valentine's is coming up. I'm now this Chazzy Wood who's got amazing lingerie. I've got amazing books that I actually read. And I was just like, it would be nice to do something with a partner. I guess all in all, I can't complain about the problems that I'm having. I guess if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, put on the bell notification, and also just comment down below, let me know what you thought. If you guys would like me to maybe go a bit more in depth, obviously happy to. But as I said, being a woman in my 30s, I love it. I absolutely love who I am today. So on that note, guys, I am gonna sign out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Speak to you soon. Enjoy your drinkies. And obviously Dry January is off the cards. So love you ladies, Chazzy Wooders. Mwah, mwah, and mwah. Yes, you, and on your forehead as well. Mwah.